So there's not an excitement about it because we've seen it done now.
Well, yeah, but I mean, we're going to do that again in February.
Yeah.
We're putting our books together right now. I've still got 16 more pages of Cyberfrog to do after I finish this 2-page spread. And I'm busy. I'm kind of in a bunker, like drawing and trying to get this book out.
Good.
God, this book is a thing of beauty too. I'm so proud of it.
Are you drawing?
These pages look gorgeous.
Yeah, I would very much like to be in Cyberfrog. Are you drawing me?
Yeah,
being in cyber, maybe the next issue. But yeah, like this is it's important, man. These books have to be good. By the way, seeing people's reaction to Iron Sights.
Yeah.
They're just waiting to tear it up. They're waiting to tear these books up. You guys, you can't play around. These have to be excellent books. You have to do your best work. It's like I'm not good. And they're pushing. They're like, where's your side? I'm not pushing it out. It's going to be perfect. This book is going to, I'm sorry, it's going to be a book people are going to be looking at for 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
I'm not, this is not something I'm excreting like you people at Marvel do. It's important. It needs to be good. I consider all of these books to be, I hate Harry Potter, but Harry Potter is the model that I'm looking at, where it's just like here's the first book, you put it out there, and then you put out the second book. But these aren't serialized like that. They're not just disposable pamphlets. These are going to be kind of graphic novels that stand the test of time. And I'll re-release them in different formats and everything like that, just like the Harry Potter books. But when the second Cyberfrog book comes out, it's going to be an event. It's going to be a big deal. That's how to do it. You can't just, look at the state of things right now. Look at the state of these comics. I just saw Kwanzaa's Black as F.
Black, yeah, I saw it.
Did you see those pages?
Oh God.
I can't even, guys, we can't do that. Like that guy crowdfunded those. We can't do that to people.
He should have just paid Kanan. It would have been easier.
Oh my God, yes. Where did that money go?
Up his nose.
Oh,
you can't afford. You cannot do that to people. People paid me, over $500,000 to draw a book, and of course they all paid me small increments. A lot of people, but it's going to be a great book. It's going to be the best book that I can do, and I'm excited about it. I've got Kanan warming up to do Fearsome. It's going to be great. We're doing this whole thing about letting go of your body to be, what being a ghost actually is, what it means, and there are some pretty sharp ideas attached to it, associated with it. We should talk about Fearsome when I get Kanan in here. These books have to be good. We can't let them they can't just be regular comic books. They have to be special, or else there's no point in doing this. I'm going to do live reviews, like secret commentaries of my last 4 or 5 issues of Hal Jordan at DC, and just go over what it feels like to be working on something that you're not inspired by.
Yeah, I don't want to go back to work for hire. So this is passion. I'm working on this stuff now. I've been putting 10, 12 hours a day. And you know what? I was stopping to think, like, on a normal day, I'd be exhausted right now if I was working at DC Marvel, but I'm not. Like, the amazing thing is I'm not exhausted because I'm excited about doing this stuff.
My agent asked me yesterday, how much do you need to make this year? Because I was telling him I'm trying to just avoid teaching college. He said, how much do you need to make this year to avoid teaching college? And I said, actually, I've got it covered, and I don't want your Hollywood work, because like they're looking at doing studio work, but I don't want to work on other people's things. I want to work on my thing. I want to do Bigfoot Bill. I want to do if I can do at least 2 books a year, I got my ability to live covered, and I don't have to do Hollywood, and I don't have to teach.
Exactly. I don't want to go back. Yeah, I want to stay here as long as people will have me. And the only way I'm going to be able to do that, like Ethan says, is I got to do the best work of my career.
Book's got to be good.
And that's exactly what I am doing.
But we're old men, brother. We're old men, so it better be the best of our career. We've got a lot of years in.
Dude, I don't have many years left.
Oh, no, I know. You're going to be looking at Carol Ann. Don't walk into the light.
Don't walk into the light.
Yeah, that book sucks, by the way. Black AF book. I mean, let me just reiterate. That shit sucks. And I'm only saying that because this guy's got a loud mouth. He's talking about iron sights. And he's got a lot to say about that. I've never seen anything like this.
Well, you know what I got to say about Iron Sights?
What?
He fucking shipped the book. The customers got it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, that puts him head and shoulders above above almost everyone else, frankly, right now.
Yeah.
I mean, he's actually got it done, and that he's doing it himself. He's doing it by hand. He's getting those books out there.
Also, he said it's older material too, and it's not being remastered like Black and White. So it's older material, so it stands, based on what
it's not older. It's not older. It's new. He
I thought Iron Sights was older. No.
No. He's been paying the artist to do it out of his Patreon all along. I mean, he's been paying for it since he started his channel, and so it's finally together. It's ready to go. It's out there. It's 120 pages long. Extraordinary. And some of the stuff that they're talking about, I'll talk to Zack about this. As a writer, early on, it's so easy to write hate. It's easy to write characters that are hateful and hating each other and saying bad. Like, that's easy. That's easy to do. And I think there are a couple of instances in the book. Gail Simone is showing these around. It's like, oh, look at this. It's terrible. These people are saying hateful things to each other. Yeah. It's much easier to write things that are people actually behaving in a way that's likable. It's harder to write likable characters. But I mean, even still, so I saw some more moments. I've not read the entire book yet, but I'm going to. I'm going to read the entire book, and I might review it just because Zach's my friend, and I'll give it a fair review. But there are a couple of moments in there that are really, really good, and they kind of portend, potential for him, a chance to actually do better next time. So I'm hopeful about it.
Has he heard from his backers? Because to me, that's the only opinion I care about. I don't care about the critics. And I may not like the book. It may not be my thing. I got it. I got a copy of it. But the bottom line is, what do the backers say? Because the backers will either come back or they won't come back.
I liked it. I'll come back. I bought it. I liked it. A lot of people have said that too. I mean, we've given him a hard time, because he asked us to give him a hard time.
Yeah.
But, I mean, honestly, it was a lot of people are talking about how they enjoyed it.
If they enjoyed it, this is my big beef with people kind of bitching on lowbrow entertainment. And I don't want to make excuses for Richard, because I expect the best. I expect better writing and better art. But I mean, hey, he did better than me. So what's the big deal? But people rip on Fireproof all the time as a movie, those evangelical movies. But I know old men and old ladies that went to that theater and they cried at the end. They were totally moved by this thing that we all hate, or God is not dead, this piece of cardboard. They paid the same amount of money as anyone to go to a theater, and that movie made a lot of money. And so do I want them to change Fireproof and God is not dead until all of the people that cried and cheered at the end don't want to go see the movie? Then we'll all be happy, right? So I'm only saying, I don't want to try and change Iron Sights if the fans love it and that's what they want. I don't have a right to do that. You know what I mean? Until it's all moody and all deep and dark, like a Lynch film and all literate, then I'll be happy with it. And then all the people that paid for Iron Sights the first time don't want to read it. You know what I mean? They're right. If they paid for it and they like it, then that's who I'm listening to.
Yeah. You got to do better than this. This is what I'm saying.
Oh my!
You trying to tell me I didn't have to hire an artist?
I don't know how you ship this to someone. I don't know how you do this.
Is his arm broken?
Oh,
right here, yeah.
His arm is awesome. They put my arm on his body. Look how long that thing is.
It's a freaking Picasso painting over there. I don't know what that is.
Is this the book
Mike is painting and in the chat at the same time? He must be really talented.
He raised $92,000 for this book.
How did he do that? Because of the title?
I don't know. I'm not sure, but I don't get this. I really don't get this. I don't understand how you turn this. This is. I don't know.
Is that Indiegogo or Kickstarter?
I think it's Kickstarter.
Yeah, it's Kickstarter. I checked.
Holy moly, dude.
So these are the people who are busting Comicgate balls. Like, you know, these guys, their books aren't very good. Nah. I mean,
Okay, bro.
These are like breakdowns.
Yeah, those are the layouts.
Yeah, I showed Katie's layouts, and they're better than that. And I was like, with no color, and I was like,
you know what it
oh,
is?
wow.
It's like, could you draw a 22-page book in 2 hours? You know,
That's it.
Like this? Yes, I could.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what it reminds me of. You know, it's like,
I've seen 24-hour comics that look better than that. Like Ryan Otley's 24-hour comics.
yeah.
Those things get busted out.
Yeah, well, Ryan Otley's amazing. That guy's incredible. But I mean, you know,
Otley.
yeah, they have these things where, well, you know, it used to be when comics had a really nice community kind of feeling to them. You know, at conventions, they would get, oh, these were good times, man. It was in the late '90s. You know, you'd go to a convention, and then in the hotel lobby, like, they'd make plans. They'd say, "You want to come do 24-hour comic or 12-hour comics with us?" And then, you know, we're gonna drink and we're gonna stay up, and it would be stuff like that. And then you'd go to the hotel lobby. And they would do something where they'd say, okay, a bunch of comic book artists would sit around and drink. And, like, you know, I'd be sitting next to Darwin Cook and then, like, Jimmy Palmiotti over here, a bunch of other artists. And it'd be like, this guy's going to draw one panel, and then you take it and you draw the next panel. And then you take it and draw, and we'll just wrap it around and just tell the weirdest story possible.
That's a blast. I've done those a couple times. It's a lot of fun.
And
I did that with Otley in Canada at the Entertainment Expo up there, the Emerald City Con back in 2011. I got to sit and draw at a table with Ryan Otley, Scotty Young, and Scott Morse, and we drew all night and drank. One of the funnest nights of my life.
It's so good. I mean,
That's a murderer's row.
Can you imagine?
I passed on Ryan Otley to ink his last issues of Invincible to do black and white.
Oh, dude, Invincible.
I know.